Aubrey Drake Graham is a Canadian rapper, singer, and actor. He first gained recognition by starring as Jimmy Brooks in the CTV teen drama series Degrassi, The Next Generation, prior to becoming one of the most prolific figures in contemporary popular music. Drake is among the world's best-selling music artists, with over 170 million records sold, and is currently ranked as the second highest certified digital singles artist by the Recording Industry Association of America. He started pursuing a career in music with the release of his mixtapes Room for Improvement, Comeback Season, and So Far Gone before signing with Young Money Entertainment. Drake's first three albums, Thank Me Later, Take Care and Nothing Was the Same, were all critical successes and propelled him to the forefront of hip-hop. His fourth album, Views, saw exploration of dancehall and stood atop the Billboard 200 for 13 non-consecutive weeks, making it the first album by a male artist to do so in over a decade, and featured the record-setting lead single One Dance. His double album Scorpion contained the Billboard Hot 100 #1 singles God's Plan, Nice for What, and In My Feelings. Drake's sixth album, Certified Lover Boy, achieved 9 top 10 hits on the Hot 100, with its lead single Way Too Sexy reaching number 1. In 2022, Drake released his house-inspired seventh album Honestly, Nevermind, and his first collaborative album, Her Loss, with 21 Savage. Known for frequent accompanying releases to his albums, Drake achieved further success with the mixtapes If You're Reading This It's Too Late and More Life. As an entrepreneur, Drake founded the OVO Sound record label with longtime collaborator 40 in 2012. In 2013, Drake became the new global ambassador of the Toronto Raptors, joining the executive committee of the NBA franchise, while owning naming rights to its practice facility. In 2016, he began collaborating with American entrepreneur Brent Hawking on the bourbon whiskey Virginia Black, which broke sale records in Canada. Drake is also a fashion designer, most notably a sub-label collaboration with Nike, alongside other business ventures, including entertainment production in a fragrance house. In 2018, Drake was reportedly responsible for 5% of Toronto's CAD $8.8 billion annual tourism income. In 2022, he became a part owner of Italian football club AC Milan. Drake has earned 11 #1 hits, the most top 10 singles, most charted songs, and the most simultaneously charted songs in 1 week on the Billboard Hot 100, as well as the most Hot 100 debuts in 1 week, and the most continuous time on the Hot 100. He additionally has the most #1 singles on the R&B/hip-hop airplay, Hot R&B/hip-hop songs, Hot rap songs, and rhythmic airplay charts. His accolades include 4 Grammy Awards, 6 American Music Awards, a record 34 Billboard Music Awards, 2 Brit Awards, and 3 Juno Awards. Early life. Aubrey Drake Graham was born on October 24, 1986, in Toronto, Ontario. His father, Dennis Graham, is African-American Catholic from Memphis, Tennessee, who worked as a drummer, performing alongside country musician Jerry Lee Lewis. His mother, Sandra Sandy Graham, is a Canadian, from an Ashkenazi Jewish family, who worked as an English teacher and florist. Graham performed at Club Blue Note in Toronto, where he met Sandra, who was in attendance. Drake is a dual citizen of the US and Canada, the former derived from Graham. In his youth, he attended a Jewish day school, and became a bar mitzvah. Drake's parents divorced when he was 5 years old. After the divorce, he and his mother remained in Toronto. His father returned to Memphis, where he was incarcerated for a number of years on drug-related charges. Graham's limited finances and legal issues caused him to remain in the U.S. until Drake's early adulthood. Prior to his arrest, Graham would travel to Toronto and bring Drake to Memphis every summer. His father later collaborated with Canadian music group Arkells on the music video for a song titled Drake's Dad. Graham claimed in an interview that Drake's assertions of him being an absent father were embellishments used to sell music, which Drake vehemently denies. Drake was raised in two neighborhoods. He lived on Weston Road in Toronto's working-class West End until grade 6 and attended Weston Memorial Junior Public School until grade 4, playing minor hockey with the Weston Red Wings. Drake was a promising right-winger, reaching the Upper Canada College hockey camp, but left at the behest of his mother following a vicious cross-check to his neck during a game by an opposing player. He then moved to one of the city's affluent neighborhoods, Forest Hill, in 2000. When asked about the move, Drake replied, "A half of a house we could live in. The other people had the top half, we had the bottom half. I lived in the basement, my mom lived on the first floor. It was not big, it was not luxurious. It was what we could afford." Demonstrating an affinity for the arts, at age 10, Drake appeared in a comedic sketch which aired during the 1997 NHL Awards, featuring a riff of Martin Brodeur and Ron Hextall and their record as being the only goalies to have scored multiple goals. He attended Forest Hill Collegiate Institute for high school, and then attended Vaughan Road Academy in Toronto's multicultural Oakwood Vaughan neighborhood. Drake described Vaughan Road Academy as not by any means the easiest school to go to. Drake was often bullied at school for his racial and religious background, and upon realizing that his busy class schedule was detrimental to his burgeoning acting career, he dropped out of school. Drake later graduated in October 2012. Career 2001–2009, career beginnings. Degrassi, The Next Generation. At the age of 15, Drake, eager to begin his career as an actor, was introduced to a high school friend's father, an acting agent. The agent found Drake a role on the Canadian teen drama series Degrassi, The Next Generation. Drake portrayed Jimmy Brooks, a basketball star who became physically disabled after he was shot by a classmate. Drake reportedly disliked this character arc because of its apparent tokenism, and he also believed it could negatively influence his standing as a rapper. Longtime series writer James Hurst said that Drake threatened legal action to redo the storyline, before ultimately agreeing to it. Madeline Robinson, the executive director of the Californian nonprofit organization Wheelchair for Kids, praised the storyline and Drake's performance, noting he instilled confidence and representation to disabled youth. When asked about his early acting career, Drake replied, "My mother was very sick. We were very poor, like broke. The only money I had coming in was Canadian TV." He appeared in a total of 100 episodes between 2001 and 2008. In 2010, Drake expressed interest in playing Barack Obama in a biopic, to which Obama responded with approval in an interview in 2020. According to Degrassi series creators Stephen Stone and Linda Schuyler, Drake regularly arrived late on set after spending nights recording music. To prevent this, Schuyler claimed Drake struck an agreement with the set's security guards to gain entry to the set after recording to be allowed to sleep in a dressing room. Early mixtapes and So Far Gone. Being musically inspired by Jay-Z and Clips, Drake self-released his debut mixtape, Room for Improvement, in 2006. The mixtape featured Trey Songz and Lupe Fiasco and included vast production from Boi Wonder and Frank Dukes. When asked about the mixtape, Drake described the project as pretty straightforward, radio-friendly, not much content to it. Room for Improvement was released for sale only and sold roughly 6,000 copies, for which Drake received $304.04 in royalties. He performed his first concert on August 19, 2006, at the Cool House nightclub as an opening act for Ice Cube, performing for half an hour and earning $100. In 2007, Drake released his second mixtape Comeback Season. Released from his recently founded October's very own label, it spawned the single Replacement Girl featuring Trey Songz. The song made Drake become the first unsigned Canadian rapper to have his music video on BET, with Replacement Girl featured on their new Joint of the Day segment in April 2007. The song also saw Drake sample Man of the Year by Briscoe, Flo Rida, and Lil Wayne, retaining Lil Wayne's verse, and adjoined his own to the song's earlier half. This caused Jas Prince to gift Lil Wayne the song, which prompted the rapper to invite Drake to Houston to join his THA Carter 3 tour. Throughout the duration of the tour, Drake and Lil Wayne recorded multiple songs together, including Ransom, Forever, and a remix to Brand New. In 2009, Drake released his third mixtape So Far Gone. It was made available for free download through his OVO blog website, and featured Lil Wayne, Trey Songz, Omarion, Lloyd, and Bun B. It received over 2,000 downloads in the first 2 hours of release, finding mainstream commercial success from the singles Best I Ever Had and Successful, both gaining gold certification by the Recording Industry Association of America, with the former also peaking at number 2 on the Billboard Hot 100. This prompted the mixtape's re-release as an EP, featuring only 4 songs from the original, as well as the additions of the songs I'm Goin' In and Fear. It debuted at number 6 on the Billboard 200, and won the Rap Recording of the Year at the 2010 Juno Awards. Due to the success of the mixtape, Drake was the subject of a bidding war from various labels, often reported as one of the biggest bidding wars ever. Despite this, Drake was rumored to have secured a recording contract with Young Money Entertainment on June 29, 2009. This was later confirmed following a planned lawsuit from Young Money, in conjunction with Drake, against an unauthorized fake album titled The Girls Love Drake released on iTunes. Drake then joined the rest of the label's roster on the America's Most Wanted tour in July 2009. However, during a performance of Best I Ever Had in Camden, New Jersey, Drake fell on stage and tore the anterior cruciate ligament in his right knee. He underwent surgery later that year. 2010-2012, musical breakthrough with I Thank Me Later / I and I Take Care / I. None. 2013-2015, I Nothing Was the Same / I and I If You're Reading This It's Too Late / I. None. 2015-2017, I What a Time to Be Alive / I Views / I, and I More Life / I. None. 2018-2019, I Scorpion / I and I Care Package / I, Return to Television. None. 2019-2021, I Dark Lane Demo Tapes / I and I Certified Lover Boy / I. None. 2022 present, I Honestly, Never Mind / I and I Her Loss / I. None. Artistry. Influences. Drake has cited several hip-hop artists as influencing his rapping style, including Kanye West, Jay-Z, MF Doom, and Lil Wayne, while also attributing various R&B artists as influential to the incorporation of the genre into his own music, including Aaliyah and Usher. Drake has also credited several dancehall artists for later influencing his Caribbean-inflected style, including Vybz Kartel, whom he has called one of his biggest inspirations. Musical style. Drake is considered to be a pop-rap artist. While Drake's earlier music primarily spanned hip-hop and R&B, his music has delved into pop and trap in recent years. Additionally, his music has drawn influence from regional scenes, including Jamaican dancehall and UK drill. Drake is known for his egotistical lyrics, technical ability, and integration of personal backstory when dealing with relationships with women. His vocal abilities have been lauded for an audible contrast between typical hip-hop beats and melody, with sometimes abrasive rapping coupled with softer accents, delivered on technical lyricism. His songs often include audible changes in lyrical pronunciation in parallel with his upbringing in Toronto, and connections with Caribbean and Middle Eastern countries, which include such phrases as ting, touching road, Talkinbozi and Gwananwasi. Most of his songs contain R&B and Canadian hip-hop elements, and he combines rapping with singing. He credits his father with the introduction of singing into his rap mixtapes, which have become a staple in his musical repertoire. His incorporation of melody into technically complex lyrics was supported by Lil Wayne, and has subsequently been a critically acclaimed component to Drake's singles and albums. Drake's style of R&B is characterized by vacant beats and a rap-sung dichotomy, which has also seen incredible mainstream success, spawning several imitators. The lyrical content that Drake deploys is typically considered to be emotional or boastful. However, Drake is often revered for incorporating degrading themes of money, drug use, and women into newer, idealized contexts, often achieving this through his augmentation of the typical meaning of phrases, in which he combines an objective and subjective perspective into one vocal delivery. His songs often maintain tension between pause and pace, tone timbre, and volume and vocal fermata. Drake is credited with innovating what has been referred to as hyper-reality rap, characterized by its focus on themes of celebrity as distinct from the real world. Public image. Drake's lyrical subject matter, which often revolves around relationships, have had widespread use on social media through photo captions to reference emotions or personal situations. However, this content has incited mixed reception from fans and critics, with some deeming him as sensitive and inauthentic, traits perceived as antithetical to traditional hip-hop culture. He is also known for his large and extravagant lifestyle, including for high-end themed birthday parties. He maintained this image in his early career by renting a Rolls-Royce Phantom, which he was eventually gifted in 2021. He cultivated a reputation as a successful gambler. Between December 2021 and February 2022, he was reported to have made bets of over $1 billion, which included winnings ranging between $354,000 and $7 million. The Washington Post editor Maura Judkis credits Drake for popularizing the phrase YOLO in the United States with his single The Motto, which includes, "You only live once, that's the motto, nigga, YOLO." Drake later popularized the term The Six in 2015 in relation to his hometown Toronto, subsequently becoming a point of reference to the city. June 10 was declared Drake Day in Houston. In 2016, Drake visited Drake University after a show in Des Moines in response to an extensive social media campaign by students that began in 2009, advocating for his appearance. According to a report from Confused.com, Drake's Toronto home was one of the most Googled homes in the world, recording over 1 million annual searches in 2021. Its features, such as its NBA-size indoor basketball court and Kohler Numai toilet, have also received widespread media attention. The music video for Hotline Bling went viral due to Drake's eccentric dance moves. The video has been remixed, memed, and was heavily commented on due to the unconventional nature on the song, causing it to gain popularity on YouTube, and spawning several parodies. Drake has also been critiqued for his expensive, product placement-heavy attire, exemplified by the video for Hotline Bling. Drake modeled a $1,500 Moncler puffer jacket, a $400 Acne Studios turtleneck, and limited edition Timberland 6 classic boots. He was labeled by GQ magazine as the most stylish man alive. During promotion for Certified Lover Boy, Drake debuted a hard haircut, which became popular and widely imitated. Writing for GQ, Anish Patel noted Drake's consistent incorporation of styles and themes not typically associated with hip-hop, such as wearing gorpcore in the music video for his song Sticky. Between 2016 and 2019, Drake was noted for the Drake Curse, an internet meme based on the incidents where he appears to be support of particular sports team or person, just for that team or person to lose, often against the odds. In 2016, Drake spoke on the shooting of Alton Sterling, publishing an open letter expressing his concern for the safety of ethnic minorities against police brutality in the United States. In 2021, he joined a group of Canadian musicians to work with the Songwriters Association of Canada to lobby Prime Minister Justin Trudeau to restructure the country's copyright law to allow artists and their families to regain ownership of copyrights during their lifetime. He also campaigned for the expansion of a Women's National Basketball Association franchise in Toronto, and headlined a benefit concert at the Los Angeles Memorial Coliseum with Kanye West on December 9, 2021, to raise clemency for Larry Hoover, although his solo performance was later removed from the Prime Video replay. In Christmas 2021, Drake gave away money to individuals in Toronto. Impact. A prominent figure in pop culture, Drake is often praised one of the most influential figures in hip-hop, particularly his use of singing over hip-hop instrumentals has been noted as an influence on modern rappers. He is widely credited for popularizing the Toronto sound to the music industry and leading the Canadian Invasion, a play on the British invasion in the 1960s, of the American charts alongside the likes of Justin Bieber and The Weeknd. In 2022, music recognition app Shazam revealed Drake to be their most searched artist by users, with music featuring Drake collecting 350 million recognitions. His 2016 single One Dance collected 17 million recognitions alone. The Insider declared Drake the artist of the decade. Regarding the general view that Drake introduced singing in mainstream hip-hop, the publication said that at the height of auto-tune in hip-hop during the late 2000s, there were virtually no artists who were both a legit rapper and a legit crooner who delivered velvety smooth pop/R&B hybrid vocals that could exist separately from his hip-hop songs. Commenting on Drake's Take Care, Elias Late of Rolling Stone noticed in 2020 that now nearly every singer raps, and nearly every rapper sings, as many artists have borrowed or copied the template of that. The boldness of the original is easily forgotten, according to the writer. Aaron Williams of Pros added jump-starting the sad boy rapper craze alongside Kid Cudi and helping to renew stateside interest in UK grime and Caribbean dancehall with Skepta, Party Next Door, and Rihanna to the modern trends Drake assisted. BBC Radio 1 Xtra argued that his CO signs helped push the British hip-hop scene to a wider international market, as he did with the Toronto music scene. According to CBS Music in 2019, Drake has inspired the next wave of artists coming out of his hometown. Writing for Bloomberg, Lucas Shaw commented Drake's popularity has influenced the promotion of music, with Certified Lover Boy attaining large commercial success despite relatively minimal orthodox marketing techniques, stating fans are consuming Drake's in a way that is different to others. He also noted the album as novel in relation to consumption, with each song having relatively equivalent streams, as opposed to a dominant single. Justin Charity of The Ringer noted Drake's signature of producing half-hearted performances on songs to create a natural and off-the-cuff effect has become the obvious touchpoint for male R&B singers. Charity further wrote Drake's success in the genre is so thorough that it's all but impossible to hear certain vintages of R&B without hearing Drake. The ubiquity of Drake's music has consistently seen it played during various activities or events. In 2021, a study conducted by Pormoy found, over a kilometer, joggers ran 21 seconds slower while listening to Drake's music compared to other artists. Drake's music was also found to extend a 3-mile run by 105 seconds. Beginning in 2022, Drake's music was canonized academically by Ryerson University, which began teaching courses titled Deconstructing Drake and The Weeknd, with the pair's music used to explore themes related to the Canadian music industry, race, class, marketing, and globalization. With the release during LGBT Pride Month of his seventh album Honestly, Nevermind, Mark Savage of the BBC wrote Drake's exploration of house, a genre with overt origins in black and queer spaces, would help build a bridge to those subcultures for younger music listeners. Achievements. Drake is the highest certified digital singles artist ever in the United States, having moved 142 million units based on combined sales and on-demand streams. His highest certified single is God's Plan, followed by Hotline Bling, which was certified 8 times platinum. He holds several Billboard Hot 100 chart records. He has the most charted songs of any artist, the most simultaneously charted songs in a single week, the most debuts in a week, the most top 10 singles, the most top 10 debuts in a week, the most top 10 debuts, and the most continuous time on the chart. He has accumulated 10 number 1 singles, a record among rappers. In 2021, Drake became second act to occupy the entire Hot 100's top 5 in a single week, the other act being the Beatles in 1964. He also has the most number 1 singles on the Hot Rap Songs, Hot R&B/Hip Hop Songs, and Hot R&B/Hip Hop Airplay. He is also the only artist to have 2 albums log 400 weeks each on the Billboard 200. As of 2021, Drake has won 4 Grammy Awards from 47 nominations. He has also won a record 29 Billboard Music Awards. In 2017, he surpassed Adele's record for most wins at the Billboard Music Awards in one night, winning 13 awards from 22 nominations. He was named Artist of the Decade at the 2021 Billboard Music Awards. Billboard editor Ernest Baker stated Drake managed to rule hip-hop in 2014, adding the best rapper in 2014 didn't need a new album or hit single to prove his dominance. From 2015 to 2017, Drake ranked within the top 5 of the Billboard year-end chart for top artists, topping it in 2018. He was named the IFPI Global Recording Artist of 2016 and 2018. Drake was Spotify's most streamed artist of the 2010s. Pitchfork ranked Nothing Was the Same as the 41st best album of the decade so far between 2010 and 2014, and ranked him 5th in the publication's list of the top 10 music artists since 2010. Take Care was ranked at number 95 on Rolling Stone's 500 Greatest Albums of All Time. He has been ranked by Complex on their Best Rapper Alive every year since 1979 list, awarding Drake the accolade in 2011, 2012, and 2015. Controversies. Legal issues. On May 31, 2009, Drake was robbed at gunpoint in Toronto's Little Italy district and was forced to forfeit a gold and diamond necklace, an Audemars Piguet watch, and $2,000. Socrates Cotterill and Paul Leludio were initially charged with armed robbery, conspiracy to commit armed robbery, 3 counts of pointing a firearm and possession of stolen property. All charges were later dropped, except conspiracy to commit armed robbery, to which the men pleaded guilty. They were sentenced to time served, amounting to just over 6 months in jail. In April 2017, Mesha Collins was arrested for criminal trespass after breaking into Drake's home in Calabasas. Although no criminal charges were brought, Collins filed a $4 billion lawsuit against Drake for defamation in June 2021, which was dismissed that December. Drake then filed a restraining order against Collins in March 2022, which was granted that April. In March 2021, an unidentified woman armed with a knife was arrested after a failed attempt to break into Drake's Toronto home. In 2012, singer Erica Lee filed a lawsuit against Drake for the usage of her voice on Marvin's Room. Claiming to have provided the female vocals, Lee also alleged she was owed songwriter credits and royalties. Despite Drake's legal team countering by claiming that Lee simply requested a credit in the liner notes of the album, the matter was resolved in February 2013, with both parties agreeing to an out-of-court settlement. In 2014, Drake was sued for $300,000 for sampling Jimmy Smith Rap, a 1982 single by jazz musician Jimmy Smith. The suit was filed by Smith's estate, who said Drake never asked for permission when sampling it for the intro on Pound Cake/Paris Morton Music 2, claiming Smith himself would have disagreed as he disliked hip-hop. Drake would win the lawsuit in 2017, with federal judge William Powley ruling the content used was transformative, and there was no liability for copyright infringement. Also in 2014, it emerged that Drake was sued by rapper Rappin' Forte, claiming Drake misused his lyrics when collaborating with YG on the song Who Do You Love. He sought $100,000 for mistreatment and artistic theft, which Drake paid to the rapper later that year. In 2016, Drake caused a nightclub in Oklahoma City to close down, due to his usage of marijuana and other illegal drugs being prevalent at the club. In December 2021, Drake sued jeweler Ori Veckler and his company Gemma Ltd for incorrectly using his likeness in promotional material. He also sought to return 3 items he purchased. In 2017, Drake was embroiled in another lawsuit, being sued by producer Detail over an alleged assault in 2014. Fisher claimed Drake's bodyguard, Nestle Chubbs Beezer, punched him in the face and allegedly broke his jaw over musical and financial disputes. Fisher also said the injuries caused him to be hospitalized for days and had to undergo several surgeries, following which he sued for damages related to medical bills and physical and emotional suffering. The case, which was set to undergo trial in May 2018, was dismissed by Superior Court Judge Elaine Liu after Fisher failed to show up for a final status conference. Liu ruled that Beezer solely acted in self-defense. In October 2021, Drake and Chris Brown were sued by Brandon Cooper and Timothy Valentine for copyright infringement between No Guidance and their own song I Love Your Dress, but Drake was dropped by Cooper and Valentine from the lawsuit in April 2022. Drake was handed another copyright lawsuit from Samuel Nicholas, citing infringement from Drake's In My Feelings and Nice for What. In November 2021, he was named co-defendant with Travis Scott in a multi-claimant lawsuit for inciting a riot and violence at the Astroworld Festival, to which he released a statement. He was later criticized for reportedly attending the Area 29 strip club in Houston the day after the incident, and reportedly delayed the release of Splash Brothers, a collaboration with French Montana, as a result. On July 14, 2022, Drake was detained by Swedish police, reportedly stemming from drugs present within a Stockholm nightclub. That November, Drake and 21 Savage were sued by Condé Nast, the publisher of Vogue, for using the Vogue name without permission to promote their collaborative album Her Loss. Feuds. Drake and Chris Brown were allegedly involved in a physical altercation in June 2012 when Drake and his entourage threw glass bottles at Brown in a Soho nightclub in Manhattan, New York City. Chris Brown tweeted about the incident, and criticized Drake in music until 2013, including on the R.I.P. remix. Despite no response from Drake, he and Brown both appeared in a comedic skit for the 2014 ASPI Awards, and rehearsed the skit together prior to the televised airing, virtually ending the dispute. The pair later collaborated on No Guidance in 2019. In December 2014, Drake was involved in another altercation, being punched by Diddy outside the Live nightclub in Miami, Florida. The altercation was reported to be over Drake's usage of the instrumental 40 to 100 The Catch Up, allegedly produced by Boi Wonder for Diddy, before Drake appropriated the track for his own use. Drake was later rushed to the ER after aggravating an old arm injury during the dispute. Drake was also involved in a feud with Tyga, stemming from Tyga's negative comments about him during an interview with Vibe magazine. Drake would later respond on 6 God and 6 p.m. in New York, which has been interpreted as directly involved in Tyga's abrupt removal from Young Money Entertainment. Further controversy arose in July 2015 when it was alleged by Meek Mill that Drake had used ghostwriters during recording sessions for Rico, one of the lead singles off Mill's second studio album. This preceded further allegations that Drake did not help in promotion of the album, due to Mill discovering the ghostwriter, widely believed to be Quentin Miller. Despite Miller collaborating with Drake and receiving past credits, Mill assured that Miller had written Drake's verse for RICO. Soon after, Funk Master Flex aired reference tracks in support of Mill's claims, notably for R.I.C.O, 10 Bands, and Know Yourself. This prompted Drake to respond with 2 diss tracks, titled Charged Up and Back to Back, in the space of 4 days. Mill would later respond with Wanna Know, before removing it from SoundCloud weeks later. Following several subliminal disses from either artist, Drake further sought to denounce Funk Master Flex while performing in New York on the Summer 16 tour. Following Mill's prison sentencing for probation violation, Drake stated "Free Meek Mill" at a concert in Australia, and ended their rivalry on Family Feud. The pair later collaborated on Going Bad in 2019. Pusha T would also use the same rationale to criticize Drake on Infrared in 2018, leading Drake to respond with the Duppy Freestyle diss track on May 25. Pusha T responded with The Story of Adidon on May 29, which presented several claims and revealed Drake's fatherhood. The pair are considered to have been in a rivalry since 2012, resulting from Pusha T's feuds with Lil Wayne and Birdman, with Drake yet to respond to The Story of Adidon. In 2016, Drake was embroiled in a feud with Joe Budden, stemming from Budden's derogatory comments when reviewing Views. Drake would allegedly respond to Budden through 4 p.m. in Calabasas, prompting Budden to respond with 2 diss tracks in the space of 5 days, echoing the same sentiment Drake deployed during his feud with Meek Mill. Drake would later appear on No Shopping alongside French Montana, directly referencing Budden throughout the song, although Montana claimed Drake's verse was recorded before the release of Budden's diss tracks. Despite Budden releasing 2 further songs in reference to Drake, he has yet to officially respond to Budden. In the same year, Drake dissed Kid Cudi on 2 Birds, 1 Stone after Cudi launched an expletive-filled rant on the artist on Twitter. Cudi later checked into a rehabilitation facility following the release of the song, and continued to disparage Drake in further tweets. The pair eventually resolved their feud, and collaborated on IMY2 in 2021. In mid-2018, Drake was embroiled in a feud with longtime collaborator Kanye West. In an appearance on The Shop, Drake recounted several meetings with West, who voiced his desire to be Quincy Jones and work with Drake and replicate the producer-artist relationship between Jones and Michael Jackson. West requested Drake play and inform him of upcoming releases, while he gave Drake the instrumental to Lift Yourself. West requested the pair work in Wyoming, with Drake arriving a day after close friend 40, who said West was instead recording an album. Judging the pair to have differing release schedules, Drake traveled to Wyoming, but only worked on music. They explored Drake's After He Played West March 14, which addressed Drake's relationship with his newborn son and co-parent. This prompted a conversation with West regarding his personal issues, after which, news of his son would be exposed by Pusha T, which Drake concluded was revealed to him by West. West also released Lift Yourself as a solo song and produced Infrared. Drake then denounced West in songs and live performances. West would retaliate in a series of tweets in late 2018, and the pair continued to respond on social media and in music as of late 2021, which included Drake leaking West's song Life of the Party. During their feud, West also made several public attempts to reconcile with Drake, which is reported to have occurred after they headlined a benefit concert in December 2021. Drake has also been involved in reported feuds with DMX, music critic Anthony Fantano, Kendrick Lamar, Common, The Weeknd, XXXTentacion, Jay-Z, Tory Lanez, and Ludacris, although the latter five, and his feud with DMX, have been reported to be resolved. Business ventures. Endorsements. Prior to venturing into business, Drake garnered several endorsement deals with various companies, notably gaining one with Sprite following his mention of drinking purple drank, a concoction that contains Sprite as a key ingredient. In the aftermath of his highly publicized feud with Meek Mill, Drake was also endorsed by fast food restaurants Burger King and Whataburger. Business magazine Forbes commented his endorsement deals and business partnerships combined heavily for Drake's reported pre-tax earnings at $94 million between June 2016 to June 2017, being one of the highest paid celebrities during that period. OVO Sound. During the composition of Nothing Was the Same, Drake started his own record label in late 2012 with producer Noah Forty-Shavib and business partner Oliver El Khatib. Drake sought for an avenue to release his own music, as well helping in the nurturing of other artists, while Shavib and El Khatib yearned to start a label with a distinct sound, prompting the trio to team up to form OVO Sound. The name is an abbreviation derived from the October's very own moniker Drake used to publish his earlier projects. The label is currently distributed by Warner Brothers Records. Drake, 40, and Party Next Door were the label's inaugural artists. The label houses artists including Drake, Party Next Door, Majid Jordan, Roy Woods, and DVSN, as well as producers including 40, Boi One Day, 1985, and Future the Prince. Toronto Raptors. On September 30, 2013, at a press conference with Maple Leaf Sports and Entertainment CEO Tim Leiweke, Drake was announced as the new global ambassador of the Toronto Raptors, joining the executive committee of the NBA franchise. It was announced together with the 2016 NBA All-Star Game being awarded to the Air Canada Centre in Toronto. This was also the setting where Drake was given the key to the city. In the role, it was announced that Drake would help to promote and serve as a host of festivities, beginning with the All-Star Game. He would also provide consulting services to rebrand the team, helping to redesign its image and clothing line in commemoration of the franchise's 20th anniversary. He also collaborated with the Raptors on pre-game practice jerseys, t-shirts, and sweatsuits, and began hosting an annual Drake Night segment with the organization, beginning in 2013. Entertainment. Apple Music. Dream Crew and Investments. 100 Thieves. Cuisine. 2 months prior to the release of Views, Drake announced the development of Virginia Black, a bourbon-based whiskey. This would be his second foray into selling foodstuffs, previously partnering with celebrity chef Sue Lee to open Fring's restaurant in Toronto. The beverage was created and also distributed alongside Proximo Spirits, as well as with Brent Hawking, a spirits producer who founded De Leon Tequila in 2008. The company described the partnership as fruitful, share a passion for style, music, and the pursuit of taste, a quest to redefine whiskey. In 2021, using ratings compiled from Vivino and complimentary website Distiller, Virginia Black was ranked the worst value celebrity liquor for quality and price. The product was launched in June 2016, and contained 2, 3, and 4-year-old bourbon whiskies. The company sold over 4,000 bottles in the first week domestically. The brand was also promoted and marketed through Drake's music and various tours, such as being part of the Virginia Black VIP Lounge additional package available for purchase during the Summer 16 tour. Virginia Black shipped a further 30,000 units when rollout was extended to select international markets in late 2016. The company later aired commercials with Drake's father, Dennis Graham, which featured the tagline of "The Realiest Dude Ever" after extending the sale of the drink to Europe in 2017. In 2019, Drake began collaborating with Hawking on Mod Selection, a luxury range of champagne, and in May 2021, formed part of a $40 million Series B investment funding round led by D1 Capital Partners in Daring Foods Incorporated, a veg and meat analog corporation. That September, he purchased a minority stake in Californian food chain Dave's Hot Chicken, and organized a promotion on October 24, 2022, to give away free chicken to Toronto residents on his 36th birthday. Fashion. In December 2013, Drake announced he was signing with Nike and Air Jordan, saying, "Growing up, I'm sure we all idolized Michael Jordan. I officially inducted into the Team Jordan family." Drake also released his own collection of Air Jordans, dubbed the Air Jordan Ovos. This foresaw collaborations between Ovo and Canada Goose, in which various items of clothing were produced. In 2020, A Bathing Ape announced a collaboration with Drake, releasing an Ovo x BAPE collection of clothing, while he also partnered with candle manufacturer Revolve to create Better World Fragrance, a line of scented candles. In December 2020, Drake announced Nocta, a sub-label with Nike. In a press release, Drake said, "I always felt like there was an opportunity for Nike to embrace an entertainer the same way athletes," he wrote. "To be associated with the highest level possible was always my goal." The apparel line is named after Drake's nocturnal creative process, in which Nike described as a collection for the collective, and noted by GQ as fashion-forward, minimal-inspired sportswear. One clothing item features an image of Drake's muses, Elizabeth and Victoria Legignarda, with the poem. After the first collection sold out, another was released in February 2021, which introduced t-shirts, adjustable caps, a utility vest, and a lightweight jacket. That July, Ovo released the Weekender collection, which includes a line of hoodies, velour sweatsuits, t-shirts, shorts, and accessories for women. Ovo then released a winter survival collection that December, which included puffer jackets, vests, and parkas made with 700 fill down and Ecotex certified down feathers. They followed this with limited Jurassic Park themed collection and an indoor footwear collaboration with Socoke, as well as a Playboy collaborated capsule collection. In July 2022, a capsule inspired by and in collaboration with Mike Tyson was released, featuring both Blue Zone jackets and caps. In conjunction with Spotify's 12-year, $540 million sponsorship deal with FC Barcelona, the club wore special edition Ovo Owl silhouette branded jerseys in their El Clasico match against Real Madrid CF on October 16, 2022. Ovo then partnered with former professional ice hockey player Ty Domi and fashion retailer Roots Canada to release a capsule collection on October 28, matching Domi's jersey number for the New York Rangers and Toronto Maple Leafs. Personal life, health and residences. Drake lives in Toronto, Ontario, in a 35,000 square foot, $100 million estate nicknamed The Embassy, which was built from the ground up in 2017, and is seen in the video to his song Toosie Slide. He owned a home nicknamed the YOLO Estate in Hidden Hills, California from 2012 to 2022, and bought a Beverly Crest home in 2022 from Robbie Williams for $70 million. He owns a condominium adjacent to the CN Tower. He also owns a Boeing 767, and in 2021, rented a $65 million multi-purpose property in Beverly Hills. Drake has a variety of tattoos, some of which are symbols associated with personal accomplishments, such as a jack-o'-lantern, October Legend Yarda, Owls, and a controversial Abbey Road-inspired depiction of himself and the Beatles. He has portraits of Lil Wayne, Sada, Aaliyah, Jesus Malvern, Denzel Washington, 40, his parents, grandmother, maternal uncle, and son, and several related to Toronto, including the CN Tower and the number 416. On August 18, 2021, Drake revealed he contracted COVID-19 amidst the pandemic, which led to temporary hair loss. He was also one of the first celebrities to publicly test for the virus in March 2020. He contracted the disease again in 2022, causing the postponement of reunion concerts with Lil Wayne and Nicki Minaj. Family and relationships. Drake's paternal uncles are guitarists and songwriters Larry Graham and Teenie Hodges. Graham was a member of Sly and the Family Stone, while Hodges contributed to songs for Al Green, including Love and Happiness, Here I Am, and Take Me to the River. Drake has 2 dogs, a Snow White American Bully and an American Akita. He acquired another Akita in 2016, but surrendered the dog to a trainer not long after due to tour commitments. Drake has a close friendship with Adele, and was in an on-again, off-again relationship with Rihanna from 2009 to 2016. He has mentioned the relationship in every one of his studio albums, and when presenting Rihanna with the Michael Jackson Video Vanguard Award in 2016, he said, "She's a woman I've been in love with since I was 22 years old." On his relationship with her, he said on the talk show The Shop, "As life takes shape and teaches you your own lessons, I end up in this situation where I don't have the fairy tale." Drake started a family with Rihanna, so perfect. It looks so good on paper, I wanted it to at one time. Drake is a father to one son who was born on October 11, 2017, to French painter and former model Sophie Brousseau. Brousseau's pregnancy was the subject of several rumors after featuring in a TMZ article in early 2017. After the nature of the pair's relationship was discussed in Pusha T's The Story of Adidon, Drake confirmed his fatherhood on the album Scorpion in 2018, citing a desire for his child's privacy. Discography. Studio albums. Thank Me Later. Take Care. Nothing Was the Same. Views. Scorpion. Certified Lover Boy. Honestly, never mind collaborative albums. Her Loss. Tours. Headlining. Away From Home Tour. Club Paradise Tour. Would You Like a Tour? Jungle Tour. Boy Meets World Tour. Assassination Vacation Tour. CO Headlining. America's Most Wanted Tour. Drake vs. Lil Wayne. Summer 16 Tour. Aubrey and the Three Migos Tour. Filmography. Film.